this episode, oh my gosh, yet again, Tokyo Ghoul coming back with the uppercut, being beast as ever. Honestly, the only thing I could say about this episode that I felt was a glaring problem is the pacing, and I'm not a manga reader. I've never read even a single chapter of the manga of Ghoul, and I can tell that this is breezing through content very quickly. Like this episode, we get introduced to this guy, Shuu Tsukiyama, and by the end of this episode, we have huge revelations about him, and it just went by really, really quick. Like, they are pulling very fast pacing with this, and I think that overall, Tokyo Ghoul, the anime, the big problem that it's going to ultimately have is that it's going to breeze through a lot of this content very quickly, because other than that, the anime, like this episode, oh my god, the animation was, solid as ever. Just the shit that went down, the action sequences, the suspense, the build-up, this character, Shuu Tsukiyama being like a crazy cannibal nut. Fucking awesome episode. So for starters, we're learning a little bit more about Toka and how she seemingly does have some connections in the human world, and it's not just that she's full-on ghoul. She has some sort of friend. Maybe she has more. We don't know. But in this episode, we get to learn a little bit more about her character as well, that she does treasure her human friends and the human life that she sort of has, I guess you could say, regarding, having friends and stuff like that that are human, quite a bit. She treasures it quite a bit, because she even eats this food that she knows is going to fuck her up, because we've already established that if you're a ghoul, you can't eat regular food, and she swallows it full well knowing that it's going to destroy her, and she's in the bathroom there torturing herself, but she's still happy that she did it, because ultimately she treasures this friend. So getting her characterization, like I said before, I kind of suspected it much with the way she was kind of like helping Kaneki and whatnot. She's not that bad of a ghoul. Like, she's seemingly like the old guy at the bar. They actually like humans, and they don't just despise them and look at them as like cattle, so to speak. So I respected that with Toka, and ultimately, like, seeing her down that food, and as soon as I saw her down that, I was immediately like, yeah, this is time for the bathroom, for the toilet, to puke this shit out. And I think definitely Kaneki could take a pointer or two from her with blending in with humanity, even though she's a ghoul, because that's one of the problems that he has right now. So you're seeing that while things is going on and he's going through all these crazy things, there's people around him that can help him blend in with society and deal with this, because Toka looks like she's just fine being with humans for the most part. I mean, she goes a little bit extreme, again, like downing that food, but she blends in pretty well. And then we get the revelation, which this is kind of like a standard in most things where there's like half-breeds and full-breeds and whatnot. Half-breed ghouls are way stronger than full-breed ghouls. And we learn a little bit more about childbirth as well, and kind of like a human and a ghoul can't really connect. They can't fall in love because they'll ultimately die. And from my understanding, it seems as though like the baby will kill the woman, and possibly even kill him as well. That really felt a little bit vague as far as what does it mean that a human and ghoul fall in love, they'll die, and it kind of had something to do with the childbirth. But ultimately, we learn a little bit more about that as well. So can Kaneki not ever get with anybody? Because him being a human, he can't really, be with a ghoul. And him being a ghoul, it's almost as if he is going to have a loveless life, since he is a half-breed. And being a half-breed means he can't be with a ghoul, and he can't be with a human. So does this mean that Kaneki is going to be by himself for the rest of his life? Kaneki, forever alone. Then we also find out a little bit more about Risei's death, as I suspected as well. I'm real good with this for some reason when it comes to Ghoul. I felt as though Risei's death, it just seems weird, like all of a sudden these rods fell on top of her. And getting introduced to Tsukiyama in this episode, I wouldn't be surprised if he had something to do with it. Like, at first I thought Toka, and maybe it still could be Toka, I'm not 100% sure, because she just came at the right time at the same time. But you can see Risei was very popular, and this guy, Tsukiyama, I think this episode was kind of hinting at it. If it wasn't hinting at it, it was definitely throwing us off of somebody else's trail, that he killed her because she didn't want to come to his little crazy dinner party, so to speak. So this could have been revenge for what she did. But at the same time, him being angry over that could mean that he never really got his revenge over Risei. So while it hinted at it, at the same time, I'm kind of like weary. Like, was it really Tsukiyama, or did she have a lot of enemies because she just had this overbearingly, I don't give a fuck personality? And Tsukiyama reminded me of completely Hannibal Lecter with some crazy freaky shit in there. When he takes that napkin of blood and just starts sniffing it and his eyes pop out, I'm like, oh my fucking god. That dude is a freak. And I didn't trust him for a split second from the moment I seen this character. But then when he puts Kaneki in this crazy survival game to try and get, a course meal with this guy, I was like, this is nuts. This episode was freaking crazy, and I loved it. Again, really, I can tell that the pacing is going by ridiculously fast. because it just like started with him, and we already got the shocking revelation of what he was trying to do to Kaneki by the end, and we got through the survival fight game with Kaneki and that big monstrosity looking motherfucker that he was fighting. So the pacing is very fast. So in that aspect, it wasn't a perfect episode, but just the shit that was going down, the shit that we learned about ghouls in this episode, it was like, I love Tokyo Ghoul. From the moment the opening starts, the episode is just like, this is going to be one hell of a ride. Only 12 episodes in episode 4 already. Again, another crazy one. And it's like, ugh, little by little, we're noticing that Kaneki is slowly tapping into his ghoul side. He can only do it still, like, you know, at random bursts or when he's really pushed against the wall. But when he's fighting that fucker for a split second, it just all comes out. And he goes from, like, his kick did jack shit to he could push him away. And I'm imagining if he can somehow harness this power and control it, people ain't going to be able to fuck with him at all. And he ain't going to ever be put in another situation where he's in like a fucking eating game of cannibals. And Tsukiyama just really interested me in this episode as well, because at first I just thought, okay, he just wants him dead so he can eat him or whatever, but there's a little bit more to him. He's almost as if he's savoring the food, and it kind of reminded me in a way of Hisoka from Hunter x Hunter, where it's like, yeah, the fruit ain't ripe yet. I'm going to let it grow a little bit more, because then it's going to be even more delicious. That's how I kind of felt he was dealing with Kaneki in the end when he rescued him. It's like, I'm going to eat him someday. He's going to be mine, but I want him to be at the best perfection taste. And overall, this was a great episode. I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10. I only took really 1 point away because the pacing is very fast, and sometimes too fast pacing is not the best thing, but as a whole, it was just a great episode, learning so much, characterization, getting the Tsukiyama character that he's just a fucking psychotic creep, and it's like, you need motherfuckers like this to make shit go crazy and interesting, and Tsukiyama is a fucking nut job. Let me know what you guys think. First of all, who do you think killed Rise? Do you think that it was Toka? Do you think it was Tsukiyama for revenge for turning him down? Who do you think did it? And do you think that this episode is kind of hinting that pretty much Kaneki can never be with anyone, because if he loves a human, he's a ghoul. Since he's half ghoul, bam, can't do it. And likewise, vice versa. Do you think that he just, at this point, is forever alone? And just overall thoughts of the episode. Aside from it being a fast-paced episode, a little bit too fast, it was fucking great. And it's like, Tokyo Ghoul right now is just, it's really not doing any wrong for me. It's like, oh my god, it's so on fire. But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, you can do so as well. That'd be awesome. Out for that world. And as always, people, have an awesome day.